Hey everyone, in this video I'm going to show you how to animate your sprites to make your game look a little bit better. So I've already made the game to meet my goals of the game. There's a hero, there's an enemy, my hero wins and loses, so I'm good in my original scope of what I want my game to be. Now that I have a little bit more time, now I'm going to go back in and make my game look a little bit better. So to do that, I'm going to start with animations, and then maybe in a future video, I'll look at trying to make a second level. So I want to make my deer, I want to animate my game so that my deer moves. So whenever I'm pressing right now, it's just like a stick figure that moves, that hovers. I want to make it so the deer moves to the right, and then when I hit the left arrow, it turns around and goes back. And then also when I jump, well, I already did that one and I forgot to take it out, but notice when I jump, how I make his legs moves. So that's what I'm going to do with the deer. And then I'm also going to animate the bear so that when the bear's coming around, when the bear's coming around, it's continually moving like it's walking. All right, so to make animations, you're going to have to go into the advanced tool over here on the side. And then you're going to want to find, I think you need to get an extension for this, but I'm not sure. If you do, you're going to have to search for animation, and this will pop up here. And once your game refreshes, you should now see an animation block set of code over there on the left, which is what I want. Okay, cool. I'm going to be focusing on just sticking with the basic animate right here. And I'm going to grab this code and bring it out. And so what I want to do is, I need to bring it down here. What I want to do is I want to animate my game so that when I am on the right, I'm going right. It looks like my deer is walking to the right. And when I'm doing left, it looks like my deer is walking to the left. So I'm actually going to need to grab two of these. And I'm going to, I already have the block there, I'm sorry. If you don't know where that is, you just go here into controller and then drag this on button pressed and change the A to right, and then drag it again and bring it to left. All right, cool. So I am going to drag my animate block into there. And then this is why it's good to make sure that you have named your variables to what you want. So I'm going to change this to deer. And I want to animate the deer so that I'm pressing right. It looks like it's walking that way. So word of advice, what I learned is that you want to take your original sprite and then copy it to put it in there in the frames. So I need to go and find my deer where I created my deer sprite, which is the first thing I did. And I'm going to grab this. And then this little tool right here lets you click and drag on top of it. So I'm going to click and drag my entire deer, and then I'm going to Control-C to copy it. And then you want to make sure that you know what your pixels are. So mine is 16 by 16 for the deer. All right, so I have Control-C and copied that. Now I'm going to come back over here into my on button pressed. Here we go, on right button pressed, sorry. On right button pressed. And I'm going to click here on the frames. And I'm just going to make sure this is at 16 by 16, which it is. And I'm going to Control-V to put it in there. All right, cool. So now how frames work, this is just like animating like if you were to draw cartoons. And each frame moves a little bit. So life is easy if you just take your original frame here and then you copy it. And you can make as many copies as you want. And then up here, when you press play, it's going to show you what is happening. So how I think I did this is I just kind of took the legs and I just kind of drew a little bit extra on the side and kind of just, I don't know. You can kind of play with it and just figure out what do you want your animation to look like. I think this is something like this is what I did for that one. And if you see here it playing, you can see now that it goes from lifting those legs up. And then I think I did another one where I did the same thing, but lifting the back legs up instead. So let me just do that really quick. Let's see how that looks. Boop, 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 boop. And I am not an artist, and that's okay. You don't have to be an artist either. This is just a chance to have fun and see your game come to life. Okay. Uh-oh. All right, so let's see here now. Here's what it looks like now when it's moving. I probably would want to adjust that a little bit to make it look a little bit better, but okay, sweet. So let's say I made the animation, which I already did right here, and the interval is how often does it go through, how quickly does it go through those frames. And I did 100 milliseconds because I want it to just go pretty quickly. And then looping is good. We'll loop for the bear, but for this, I want it to happen every time you press the button. So now if we play this, you should see that now whenever I move right, my deer's legs are moving. So it looks like he's actually walking. Isn't it cute? Okay, so now I want to do the same thing, but now when I go left, I want it so that the deer turns around. So I'm going to show you how to do that. So instead of on right button press, we're going to change that to on left button pressed. And then I am going to just go into my frames here, and I'm going to, actually, you know what I'm going to do? Sorry. Is I'm going to take, you're going to want to take this code right here and copy this entire code and paste it in here. Because you're going to use the same drawing, you're just going to flip it. So then you just click in the frames, and then all you got to do is up here at the top left, you just click this button here. Whoops, wrong way. You just click this one and it flips it the other way. And you want to do that for every frame so that it is always facing that way. Okay, so again, you can play it up here and see what it looks like. That's what it's going to do whenever I'm walking, whenever I'm pressing the left button now. Okay, I think it's the same code. I don't think I need to do that, but just in case. All right, so now when I refresh, so walking left, it does that. Walking right, it does that. Oh, I messed up. Okay, sorry about that. Somehow I messed it up a little bit so that I guess I must have put the animation in the wrong place, but now I have it so that when I go right, it looks like it's walking right. When I go left, it turns around and walks left. So we are good. There it is. Okay. Now the last animation I'm going to do is I'm going to animate the bear. So I need to go and find where I did that to begin with. And by the way, sorry, I also made an animation so that when the deer jumps, but all I did there is I just took it so that whenever you press button A to jump, I just created an animation there for it. So it's not very good, but that's okay. Okay, finally, so my sprite, my bear sprite. Okay, so I'm at the part where the bear comes up, and now you should see the bear walking, which is, look at that, he is. Okay, I lost. But now you see how the bear was continually walking, which is kind of cool. It's like he's like floating. So same concept that I did with the deer. I just took I copied my husband made a cuter bear, a better bear, but I grabbed this and I just took the entire sprite here and I did Control-C to copy it. Also, you want to be aware of your pixels, how many pixels you have. We ended up changing it to be 27 by 17 because a bear is bigger than a deer. So then when I went into animate and I grabbed my animate block and brought it out, switched this to bear, and then the frames here, then I just did whatever, I forgot what that was, 26 by 17, I think. Okay, cool. So I changed this frames and then I just put the bear in there, and I think I might have been a little wrong. So then you can then take that and then copy it and make your bear animated. So there you go. That's how you do animations. That should get you to the point where you should do really well on the STEM project. You have created your goal. You have animated everything. I'm going to do a bonus video for those that are interested in doing a second level and maybe trying to make it a 2-player game. So stay tuned for that one. See you all. Happy coding.